Hey everybody, Aaron Braithwaite here again. Okay, I'm going to be talking to guys in my age. I'm going to be talking to men over 50. For those of you that do not know, I'm 54 years old. I've been in the fitness industry for over 30 years. Had quite a history in sport. Now, from when I was 4 or 5 years old, back in New Zealand, played rugby, played sport, right up until my early 20s. Also, did relatively well in swimming through my early teens, and then found the love of bodybuilding and fitness. So I did my first bodybuilding competition when I was roughly 27, 28. Competed for a good couple of years, took about 4 or 5 years off, and then came back and competed for another 10 years. So I actually came back when I was 40, 41. I had to think about that for a bit. So I've I know what it takes to be able to transform the body. I know what it takes from a training perspective, from a discipline perspective, from a willpower perspective, from a nutritional perspective. In other words, to transform your body, and especially in your 40s, be able to transform your body to be in the best shape as you have ever been. So I want to really target 50-year-olds. And the first question I want to throw out there is, what does your life look like? What does your body look like? What does your relationships look like? What's your spiritual connection? And what I mean by spiritual connection is, are you actually living in truth? Or are you governed by what other people are telling you? Are you governed by what the people around you are telling you? Are you literally following the crowd? What's your business like? Are you in business? If you're not in business and you work for someone else, are you just being dictated and doing the bare minimum to get through? Or are you seeing where your life can go? Are you stretching the boundaries? Are you actually doing the things that innately your body or your soul is telling you to do? So I want that as a sort of like an overview initially to start with. And the most important thing that I want you to look at is that, are you constantly trying to get better? Or are you listening to everyone else? Are you listening to what, the masses will tell you? It's like, 50's retirement, you can't teach a dog new tricks, like all that bullshit. I mean, let's cut to the chase. There's a lot of men that are over 50 that are in the place based on all the shit that they've done before that, because the reality is, and it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter where you are in life, it doesn't matter what your body looks like, your business, like your relationships, they are what they are based on the shit that you've done up to that point. It's a direct result of everything you've done. And so if you don't like where you're at, it's because of the actions that you're taking is the result that you've got. So if you don't like where your life is at, then make better choices. Do things differently. Stop listening to the masses. Stop listening to those people around you that are dictating how you live your life. Because the reality is, only you know what life you want to live. So with all of that kind of in place, and that is a foundation, I want you to now look at yourself in the mirror. 18. You're over 50 and you're a man. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror naked. Are you happy? If you're happy, awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. If you're happy, if you're not happy, guarantee you there is a large percentage of men out there that are not happy with what they see in the mirror. And then a lot of people will go, well, I'm too old. I can't start the journey now. You know, my metabolism's slowing down, like all of that. So here's the reality. I mean, I'm 54 and in my 50s, I'm actually stronger than in certain cases than I have been right through my 40s, even when I was learning bodybuilding. And a perfect example of that is bench press. A lot of guys like bench press. It's like an ego lift, and hey, I train from an ego perspective because that's the only way for me to get better. So I've been able to lift nearly 140 kilo. And look, it's not for guys that actually do weight training. I know guys that can do 160, 180 kilo benches. So for me to do 140, it's like, based on the people that I've surrounded myself with, it's not a bad lift. But for those that don't lift, those that can't even do a couple of push-ups, for those that can't even do a 60 kilo bench press, they look at it and go, that's really impressive. But then I look at myself, and I appreciate people see that as being impressive, but then I look at where I'm at and 140 is not bad, because I've never been able to do 140 kilo. right through when I was still bodybuilding. That's the heaviest I've been able to lift. So at 54 years old, being able to do 140 kilo bench press and continually get stronger, what am I proving? I'm proving that as you get older, your body decays. No, that's not fucking true. If you're constantly pushing the boundaries, if you're constantly pushing your body to change, if you're stressing your body out from a physical perspective, you're always going to get a great result. So for me, I'm looking at a couple of factors. I'm looking at how I'm moving. I'm looking at what my nutrition is like. And I'm looking at, am I constantly stressing my body to make sure it's either staying strong? And when I'm doing all of that, what am I doing? I'm helping maintain my testosterone levels. So you can look at the science, and you can look at all these people turning around and saying that your testosterone levels drop down. Once you hit the age of it's about 35, your testosterone levels will start dropping down by a couple of % per year. Yes, in theory, you can look at that, but in practice with what I'm doing, how the fuck am I still getting stronger? How am I still being able to maintain my strength over the last 5 years? I shouldn't that should not be the case. If my testosterone levels from 35 were dropping by 2%, 1 to 2% per year, where do you think my testosterone levels will be at age 54? Like everyone else. Thing is, what you need to look at doing, and I've tracked it a little bit, is you need to have a look at the foods you're eating. If you're eating a lot of processed foods, if you're eating a lot of packaged foods, if you're not consuming like organic foods from out of the ground, organic meats, like food that is natural. If you're not looking at your food intake from that perspective, what are you taking in? You're taking a lot of chemicals, you're taking in a lot of shit. And it's been scientifically proven that a lot of the ingredients of food are harmful to your body, are harmful to your testosterone, harmful to your testosterone levels, and harmful to your health. So first and foremost, if you're over 50 and you want to become a healthy version of yourself, hey, move your fucking body, get to the gym, start doing strength training. You've never been to the gym before, start with simple movements, compound movements. Learn to squat. Number one, learn to squat. And learning to squat is you can either do a goblet squat, you can do a barbell squat. Learn to squat properly. Look at what a toddler does. Look at how a toddler squats. When they're sitting down playing with something on the floor, ask us. Learn to move your body. Have a look at the mobility of your body, the flexibility of your joints. So learn to squat, number one. Number two, do compound push motions, bench press, dumbbell bench press, seated chest press, anything that is in a push motion. And then also number three, from another compound movement, you want to do a pull movement. A pull movement can be like pull down, can be chin-ups, can be a seated row, any compound pull movement. 3 basic foundational movements. And then obviously you can look at deadlifts. Deadlift is a full body motion, which is actually, again, really great from an intensity perspective and good for an all over body strength. And so really, really great foundational movements. Those 4 movements, you can master those and then you'll be able to add some stuff on top. The key is to get your body moving, like work on those as your foundational strengths. And, not all men in their 50s, not all people can squat properly. Not all people can do deadlifts. So when you master those, it might take you a little while to master, but get the foundational movements down. So master those 2 to 3 times a week, strength training. Once you're doing strength training, get water into you, not from the fucking tap, like not out of a tap, drink that fluorinated shit. Get filtered water or even a Kangen machine. So good water, natural, clean, filtered water. Also look at your nutrition, and nutrition needs to be at least 90% of organic, fresh, from the ground food. At least 90%. All right. Once you get all of that in line, then the discipline is to make sure that you're maintaining it every day for a period of time until you start to feel and see a physical change. Now, when you start to feel a physical change, it will be around about 4 to 6 weeks. When you start to see a physical change, that is anywhere between an 8 to 12 week period. So keep it real simple, guys over 50, stop fucking listening to people saying that you're too old, can't teach an old dog new tricks. You're past your prime, bull fucking shit. I'm perfect. I'm an advocate of that. I'm an advocate that you're never too young. You can be in the best shape that you possibly can be. any age. All it takes is persistence. All it takes is making sure that it's progressive overload, do the things that are hard and tough. And once you overcome those, you'll be able to have all the results and the body that can do more, and you can live a better life. So let's get after it, guys. That's it. This is a quick one. If you want any further information, please, all you need to do is just put a comment underneath, follow, share. There's more content that's coming. But until we speak again, have an amazing day, amazing evening, an amazing week, and check it.